The edge of the world begins in silence. A silence so heavy even the wind seems afraid to speak. This is Kamchatka, a land where fire breathes beneath the snow, and the cold is sharp enough to carve mountains out of time. Here, the earth is still being shaped, still alive, still rewriting its own bones. As the first light spills across the peninsula, a vast white emptiness awakens. Glaciers stretch like frozen rivers of glass, and beneath them, molten chambers pulse with unbearable heat. Few places on Earth carry such contradictions, a land that burns and freezes at the same time. Steam rises from cracks in the ice, swirling like ghosts escaping the underworld. Every breath of this land tells the same story, that the Earth is restless here, and nothing stays still for long. Below the snowfields, wolves move like shadows, silent, precise, eternal. They cross a wilderness untouched by roads, cities, or human voices. Only the crunch of frost under their paws breaks the stillness. Above them, the sky shivers with the sound of distant thunder, but there are no storms. That is the voice of a volcano waking up. Kamchatka holds more than 300 volcanoes, and over 29 of them are alive, breathing, growing, waiting. Each stands like a giant sentinel, its crater glowing faintly through layers of ash and snow. The air trembles. Deep underground, something ancient stirs. The ground shifts, a warning, then another. A rumble rolls across the valley, low and endless, as if the earth itself is clearing its throat. From a distance, forests stretch like a dark ocean, their branches heavy with frost. But hidden within them are rivers as hot as boiling metal, cutting through the ice like wounds that never heal. This land is built on extremes, a place where survival depends on respecting every sound, every tremor, every shift in the wind. Because here, nature shows no mercy, it only shows truth. Far beyond the tree line, a geyser erupts, a white spear of steam piercing the frozen air. The ground shakes again. The valley answers with a roar. Volcanic ash begins to drift like black snowflakes, falling slowly, silently, covering the pristine white world in a thin veil of darkness. Yet in this hostile wilderness, beauty thrives. Golden eagles drift over ridges of untouched snow, their wings slicing through the cold morning light. Brown bears wake from their dens, moving slowly across frozen rivers that groan under their weight. Every creature here lives between two worlds, one of ice, one of fire. A balance so delicate, yet so perfectly unforgiving. As night approaches, the temperature plummets. The land holds its breath. Clouds gather over distant peaks, illuminated from below by a faint pulsing glow. Somewhere out there, another volcano is preparing to speak. This is only the beginning. Kamchatka never reveals all its secrets at once. It waits, and watches, and tests those who dare to witness its raw, unfiltered power. And deep beneath the frozen crust, the fire is rising. The rising fire moves slowly at first, like a heartbeat deep beneath ancient stone. A faint tremor rolls across the valley floor, barely enough to disturb the snow resting on the pines. But down in the molten chambers, pressure builds, layer after layer, until the entire mountain seems to inhale. Then comes silence, a silence so complete it feels unnatural. The animals sense it long before the eruption. Ravens lift from the treetops in a black wave, their wings cutting through the still, frozen air. Foxes vanish into dens, even the wind retreats, as if choosing not to stay for what comes next. The mountain exhales, a deep, thunderous boom tears through the landscape. Snow collapses from ridges in cascading white avalanches. A tower of ash blasts into the sky, dark, violent, unstoppable. The eruption lights the night with a fiery glow, painting the clouds in shifting shades of orange and blood red. Ash drifts downward like burning feathers, glowing faintly before turning black. The snow beneath melts instantly, hissing and steaming as fire meets ice in a collision older than memory. In the distance, molten rivers begin to flow, slow at first, glowing cracks in the darkness, then surging downhill in streams of liquid rock. They move with terrifying grace, destroying nothing, yet consuming everything in their path. This is nature at its purest, creation and destruction fused into a single moment. But Kamchatka does not burn alone. Beyond the inferno, the land transforms again. Steam bursts from hidden vents scattered across the valley floor. Pools of boiling water bubble violently, their surfaces shimmering with minerals that twist the light into unnatural colors. The air thickens with heat, so intense that even the frost begins to sweat. A river of fog forms where hot water meets the frozen ground, curling through the forest like a living serpent of white. Here, every phenomenon contradicts the next. A tundra that freezes bones next to a crater that melts stone. A world of silence, broken by explosions that shake the horizon. And yet, amid this chaos, life adapts. Tiny insects cling to rocks warmed by volcanic vents. Plants survive in patches of geothermal soil, sprouting in circles of green surrounded by endless white. Even in the harshest corners, nature finds a way to rise from the cracks. As the eruption continues, the sky becomes a battlefield of fire and ash. Lightning flashes within the volcanic plume, a rare, violent storm created entirely by friction in the rising smoke. Bolts tear across the darkness, illuminating the landscape in brief, blinding bursts. For a moment, the entire peninsula looks like another planet, a world born from chaos untouched by time. Hours pass, the eruption weakens, the rumbles soften, the fire recedes into the earth that birthed it. What remains is a landscape transformed. Snowfields now streaked with black ash, ridges warm with lingering heat, and a fresh crust of volcanic rock cooling under the open sky. The land that once slept beneath ice has been reforged by flame, but Kamchatka does not rest. Far beyond the eruption site, a distant geyser explodes upward with sudden force, as if answering the earlier roar. The ground shakes again, lighter this time, a reminder that everything here is connected. Every tremor, every plume of steam, every whisper from deep beneath the surface. In the newly fallen quiet, wolves emerge from the shadows once more. They move cautiously across the ash-covered snow, their tracks leaving dark impressions behind them. The sky opens slowly, revealing a pale blue dawn spreading over the battered land. Kamchatka breathes again, and with every breath, the boundary between fire and ice grows thinner. The land is not done changing. Its greatest transformation still lies ahead. With the lingering heat of the night. Steam coils upward from fissures in the ground, twisting and vanishing into the cold morning air. The peninsula feels alive, breathing, expanding, reshaping itself with every tremor. Across the valley, the snow begins to crack. Not from fire, but from pressure beneath the ice. A river, fed by melting glaciers and heated stone, pushes upward through channels carved over centuries. It bursts free in a rush of violent energy, sending a torrent of steaming water cascading down the slope. Fog billows into the air, thick and ghostly, challenging the light of dawn. The landscape disappears behind shifting curtains of white, revealing only fragments. A cliff here, a ridge there, a lone tree trembling under the weight of the storm's breath. Kamchatka is a land in constant negotiation with itself. Mountains rise as quickly as they fall. Rivers carve new paths in the span of a single night. Volcanoes close their throats, only for others to open theirs miles away. And yet in this endless cycle of destruction and rebirth, beauty grows quietly. As the fog parts, a valley emerges, fresh, untouched, impossibly green. Geothermal warmth has melted the winter away in a single cradle of life. Tiny flowers push through the soft earth, their petals trembling with the weight of moisture. Birdsong fills the air, light and crystalline, dancing over the rising steam. Far above, golden eagles circle, watching the world rebuild itself. Below them, bears wander through the softened ground, sniffing the newly exposed roots and riverbeds. Their heavy paws stir the ash, sending it drifting like dark snow into the wind. The land heals fast here, faster than anywhere else on Earth. Every eruption, every quake, every eruption becomes part of a larger story. The story of a world that refuses to stop creating itself. As the day progresses, the sun breaks through the fractured sky, casting sharp beams of light across the battered landscape. The volcanic cone still smokes in the distance, its rim glowing faintly with the memory of last night's fire. But the danger has passed for now. Evening falls slowly, stretching the shadows across the snowfields, turning the rivers into silver ribbons. The sky burns with pale colors, lavender clouds, golden mist, pink light fading into the deep blue of night. Kamchatka returns to its ancient rhythm. The wolves howl again, their voices rolling across the mountains like echoes of time. Steam vents hiss quietly. The rivers flow with renewed purpose. The land exudes a calm so vast it feels almost holy. But beneath the quiet, the molten heart of the peninsula continues to beat. The fire never dies here. It only sleeps, waiting for the next moment to rise. This is a place shaped by contradictions, frozen yet burning, violent yet breathtaking, dangerous yet mesmerizing. a land where creation and destruction walk side by side like old companions. And as night swallows the final light of day, Kamchatka reminds us of one truth: the Earth is not finished. Not here, not now, not ever. In this realm of fire and ice, the world is still becoming itself. Still reaching, still rising, still writing the story of its own beginning. And somewhere beneath these mountains, the next chapter is already stirring.